mid of the pack because
You're
I think,
pro.
like, because I think I feel like kind of you can. I don't know, and like at least in like my area, like I feel like when you get above 100,000, you're kind of in your own thing. But I feel like that 100K to like 250K is its own kind of thing, and then 250 to 5 is its own thing, and then 5 to $1 million, that's its own thing by itself, and then over $1 million, you're like you basically made it. I think when you like at least in my, or maybe I'm just over, like I've got high expectations for like that.
Right.
I don't know, but I don't know.
And
I'm saying.
No,
like, I don't really give a fuck. I just want to keep having fun.
Yeah, I mean,
know.
And that's again, this is all going back to consistency.
Yeah.
Without consistency, we wouldn't be able to have the chance to speak about things like this. Like,
here's a weird question though for you.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had? So, like, how long have you been doing this now?
Collectively, we're on one platform.
Facebook gaming.
Facebook gaming, 4 months.
Because that's where your focus has been.
That's my focus. Yep.
So you've been like razor focused on Facebook for 4 months.
Sharper than arrow.
That's really good. That's really impressive for only 4 months. Holy shit. Have you had any lulls? Like, and if you have, like, have you experienced burnout? And if you have, how have you recovered from that? And what did that look like?
So we're talking about the physical appearance, or like
no, just in general. Like burning out is like usually when people take like a quick like sabbatical. Like I've done it already.
Oh
like,
yeah.
I did it actually after 3 months of doing Gia. Like I literally took like it was actually a year ago from now because I fucking hate the holiday. Like I just because of my situation. Like it's so I have so much drama in my like personal life. It's not so bad now, but a year ago it was like. It was so rough, like just being around that family and stuff like that, to where like literally I felt like from like December to like fucking February, I just disappeared. I lost a lot of like Patreons, like a lot of shit. Like I just stopped like producing content. Like I just like needed a break from everything in my life. Like,
right.
And then it was very hard to come back. But when I came back hard in cosplay, and that helped me out a lot.
Yeah.
But. Have you had to take any yet, or do you like foresee one coming? Like,
definitely for sure. I mean, so this is kind of a back end. I've seen psychiatrists before for mental health, and I think that's one thing that with any job or any career you have to take into consideration is mental health.
Yeah.
When you work these, I'm gonna pull the rug. I want to say this. I'm gonna just be very blatant with you guys. There's a lot of shit that we have to do off screen. Off camera, whatever it is, to make sure that these things are functioning day in, day out.
Oh my god, you're talking about maintaining your stream?
Holy
fuck balls.
Maintaining everything. Just
dude, the struggle is real.
Because it's not just streaming. You just get in front of the camera.
Yep.
It's responding. It's actually finding time to collaborate with other people. It's balancing your personal life with all this stuff. And there's times where I'm at dinner with my girlfriend and I'm responding to a message.
Poor girlfriend.
She's a fucking saint.
I forgot that you had a girlfriend for a second.
She's a fucking saint.
Oh my god, I forgot.
She's literally a fucking saint.
She is amazing, by the way.
Like,
yeah, she is. She's very sweet. She's very, very sweet.
Super supportive.
Oh my god, I cannot imagine dating somebody.
Like I can't imagine
in general,
myself.
like in general, I like can't, and I don't go on dates because I'm getting paid for this. Like fuck you. I
gotta pay for food, or I'm gonna have to go entertain for free. Fuck that.
Like it's just too much effort. Like it's not natural. I just don't even feel like it's natural in my life right now. I'm like I'm so razor focused on creating. I don't have this like mental capacity for it.
Yeah.
So like I applaud you, dear sir.
No, it's a fucking hassle. So like every time I'm not streaming or working or I'm not out traveling, I'm spending a few hours trying to maintain a healthy relationship, and it's taking some time. And back to the lulls though, this actually has a huge part of it.
Yeah.
I've definitely felt burnout, and back to why I'm saying this and why I kind of preface the whole yes answer to putting long hours in is. It may seem easy doing what we're doing. It really may. Like, you respectively choose a costume and say, fuck it, take some photos.
Yeah.
It's way more than that. And the burnout is definitely real. Even doing it for 4 months, almost a year, respectively, different platforms and all that stuff, it doesn't matter. When you're sitting in front of a camera for 4 hours, 8 hours, just talking, it burns you out mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, everything. And you just want to lay in bed and not do it the next day. I've had that problem, and it's like, I know if I don't do this next day, I know I see the opportunity costs. I know I'm foregoing this chance, and you almost get anxiety from that.
Yeah.
You get anxiety from not doing what you're supposed to do. And it's like, I genuinely feel that. And so what I do is I take one day off per week where it's my day to relax. Nice. And it's a slower day. It's a Saturday, actually, of all days. Like, you think it's...
You actually have it on a schedule. That's really good. I like that.
I mean, like, you would figure...
That's really good.
Like, you would figure it's busy on weekends for gaming. It's actually not. And there's things, like, there's just certain games don't pop on Saturdays or Fridays, and it's just not... It's almost not worth streaming. It's what reserving your energy for early week, midweek, overnight, whatever it is. And, like, I'll use Fortnite for an example. I would stream that. I think the most hours I've streamed in that game is 12 hours in a day.
Wow.
Not at once. Did 8 hours
like in one block,
then another 4 hours, a little couple hours later.
I say quick.
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Each stream I do is about 4 hours. Guaranteed 4 hours. And so, second stream, 4 hours, and if I get a third stream, it's about 2 hours.
Yeah. And
so, when you're doing this, we're not just talking to the chat, you're communicating with your partners, you're trying to be entertaining, it fucking takes a toll on you.
Yeah.
And so I dedicate one day a week where I just relax, I recover, and I turn off Xbox, I turn off PS4, and I just don't fucking look at it.
That's good, though.
And
it's probably why you're, like, still able to stay so consistent, too, is because you're literally forcing yourself to take that time for yourself. That's huge.
There's at least once a month I take a weekend off, or I take a few days off, not just one day, where I go out and travel. I go out and experience other things.
I've definitely seen those posts where you're like, I'm at my favorite pizza place.
Did you see that from my fiance?
Yeah, I love it.
I have to show you the screenshot. Did I show you that screenshot?
No.
Oh, remind me to show you afterwards. It's fucking great. But it's nice getting out, and it's just nice. You kind of reconnect.
Marissa probably appreciates it.
She definitely does, and it kind of inspires you to do more things on stream. It gives you stories to talk about. It gives you, at least
That's a good way to look at it too. It actually gives you more, like, to contribute in a stream, in a chat.
Or even like when you're doing it, it's kind of like, well, you could have seen, if you traveled, let's say you went to LA for the weekend.
Yeah.
And you saw some really nice buildings, you saw you saw something that stayed with you. You might be inspired to do a shoot based on that.
Oh, absolutely.
Based on experience,
that
right?
Kind of stuff happens all the time, yeah.
Right.
For me, it does, yeah.
And when you have that
not
chance...
Not going to LA, but, like, being inspired by things I see.
Right.
Yeah, yep.
And when you have the chance to really recover, and you have a chance to just kind of take your off-screen time and turn it into a positive effect for screen time, it's a nice balance.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm inspired by things around me, and I'm inspired by my travels, and I'm inspired by those around who keep here, and spending time with them gives me more content to create. So again, once a month, maybe twice a month, depending on what's going on, I might take a weekend off.
That's good.
Take a weekend off and just try to relax, and it kind of
settle a little bit.
It kind of defeats the lull. Now back to Fortnite, what I mentioned about 5 minutes prior. That game is very stress-inducing.
Yeah, I've watched it, and like, I haven't gotten into playing it yet, just because it's so intimidating. Like, it looks like chaos that I'm not into. Like, Dead by Daylight, though, different type of stress.
I've seen that. I've actually watched one of your streams.
Oh my god, it's so good.
It's so fucking funny.
It's a different type of anxiety, but you feel such a release when you play the game.
You get to choose the actions. You get to choose what happens, and that's
so good. Oh my god, I'm like just getting so excited talking, because I haven't streamed it in like probably a week at least. Like, like my life has been so crazy the last week. I just haven't, like, maybe, I gotta figure out what I'm going back on. Now I'm getting, like, sad thinking about it. It's worth playing now. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. It's good stress.
Good stress.
Good anxiety. I mean, really, really, like, decompressing. Like, I play games to decompress, 100%. I can't get stressed out playing it. Like, the new Fallout stressed me the fuck out.
I don't like it.
I didn't like it either, dude. I was so mad about it. I was like, what the fuck is this? It's Fallout 4.
And it's repurposed, and it's literally the biggest fail of 2018.
And actually, I didn't even really like Fallout 4 that much. I don't look at me. I know everybody, all gamers are gonna fucking kill me.
The same engine.
I like New Vegas.
Oh, best one by all far, by all means.
New Vegas. That's what I was hoping. That's what I was hoping for with this new one. I was hoping for something kind of like that, and similar. Like, you know what I mean? It seemed. Yeah, it seemed
lackluster. It's lackluster, and it's kind of like,
and it stressed me out playing it. I was like, this sucks, like, because I kept waiting for like more, and I didn't experience what other gamers like experienced, like, oh, glitching. Like, I didn't play long enough to experience that. Like, I just kind of gave up. Like, I still love Fallout. Like, I still like consider myself. I still consider myself somebody that like loves Fallout, but like, I mean, Red Dead. I enjoyed Red Dead too, but like, just too long. Like, I don't have time. Like. Maybe if I did have a block of like 8 hours where I was streaming, I would play Red Dead. Yeah. But usually I'm playing like oh my god, I just got my kids to sleep. Great, I've got about an hour until I can at least get 4 hours of sleep tonight. I'm gonna go on Dead by Daylight for 1 hour, guys. Like, follow me on Twitch. Like, let's go. Yeah. Do this. Like, that's usually like what I do when I'm gonna stream. Is like, hey guys, I got a little bit of finite time. Yeah. Hop on. But it's like, if you want a quick like satisfaction thing, play Dead by Daylight. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, one thing I actually want to ask you about. Which is a very, very, it's not a controversial thing, but it's like, when you build an audience under one exact thing, and you know that change is on the horizon, and you have to adapt and overcome, you have to change your audience up a little bit, you have to add more things. How do you deal with that stress? Because I'm actually facing it right now. I'm actually switching from
I'm a great example of that, because I think my brand has undergone so many changes. Because when I first started off, it was just like, here's some fucking thoughty selfies of me with short black hair, and like I look kind of gothy, like and I got fake tits. Like, that was kind of like my thing. And then I got into cosplay, which literally opened me up to a whole different world. Yeah. And I also had people that were following me at that point. I think at that point I was at about 30,000 followers when I did that switch. And I basically had to deal with the fact that I would lose my audience, like, you know, because it was like I was kind of going more, not cookie cutter, but cosplay's a little bit known to be a little bit more tamer than what I was doing, because I was kind of very more like adultish in your face a little bit. And when I got into like, I did the Ivy cosplay, and it was just kind of like more tamer. Like, I wasn't like really like, you know, tits in your face, but if you subscribe to OnlyFans, like tits in your face, like, you know, but it wasn't as like overt, like, here's my tits kind of thing. And I kind of had to like risk that, you know, losing like just the extremely big boob fake tits fanatics. Like, I had to just risk, you know, knowing that I was going to potentially lose like them as a crowd, which they were a very supportive crowd. To, you know, is the cosplay community even going to accept me? Like, you know, are they just going to look at this and be like, the fuck does she think she is? She's not even on point with this. This doesn't look anything like the comic. Like, this is not like really, you know, but I've prided myself. You have to like kind of own your identity with it though at the same time, because I've kind of like, when I've done my cosplays, I've basically kind of come out and said, this is my rendition of this person. Like, when I did Suicide Squad Harley Quinn, like, it was like short hair Harley Quinn. Like, it wasn't like, you know, I did it my way, basically. Like, I wasn't gonna do like the exact like Margaret Robbie like Harley Quinn like Suicide Squad. Like, I wanted to have it be my own way, and she never fucking like tits out like I did, like, you know. But I still had some, you know, elements of what a cosplayer does. Like, I made my own fucking bat. Like, I wrote my own crazy like ramblings on it. Like, it was so much fun. But that, like, I love creating in general, so doing that stuff was really fun, but I went into it with full-on risk, like thinking, you know, I'm going to lose these people. But instead, that's where I saw my biggest growth jump, was when I started into cosplay. Like, I kind of opened myself up to that community, and they were very receptive. And the other thing that I did, too, when I started doing that, was I would feature people usually, like, once or twice a month. I haven't done that in about a month, but if you feature somebody on your page when you start growing, like, 'cause that's what helped me get my start, that kind of gives you exposure into that community, and more people find you. Like, I would usually do it for like Women Crush Wednesday, or I would do it like Model Crush Monday. Like, I even did like Man Crush Monday, with like a male cosplayer. You know, you can do stuff like that, and like that kind of helped me sort of introduce myself into that community. And then when I started doing the streaming for gaming, like, same kind of thing. Like, I'm like, okay, I could potentially lose like more people that are following me right now, but it exposes you to like a totally different crowd, and it's kind of nice. Like, it's kind of nice to like, where people are like, holy shit, I can't believe I'm just finding your page now. Like, that's like a lot of like the DMs I get. It's like, holy shit, I've been following Toots for a while. I didn't know you were around. Like, what the fuck? Like, you know, you get that, like, and it feels really cool when you get messages like that. You're like, yeah. Like,
it's kind of like, the way you're kind of describing it, just kind of visualize everything. I'm a visual person. It's like having a Venn diagram. Yeah. When you have one solo circle, let's just use tits.
Yeah.
Tits is like one circle. Then you have gaming as another circle. You have two separate crowds. But if you do both things, if you are incorporating both things, you have both crowds. Yeah. And you have overlap.
Yes.
And that is almost the same way with myself. And I'll kind of talk about what happened to me, how I'm making the switch now from one game to another, and then how that's impacting my audience.
Yeah.
I started off playing Fortnite. You've heard of Fortnite?
Yeah.
You've heard of Fortnite. Everybody watches.
Everybody, yeah.
And it got to the point where, you know, I was, before Facebook updated some algorithms and what it really means to get viewers and viewership, I was pulling in 100 people, 200 people concurrently watching. So over 100 people were watching me live at once.
It's so creepy when you think about, like, that visual of, like, all these people are watching you all around the world, like, all at the same time.
Yeah, no,
like,
it's fucking nuts.
It's wild. But it's really, don't you feel exhilarated, though? Because, like, I totally do. Like, I just recently started doing some of that live shit. I'm like,
you're from Romania, you're from
really
Greece,
fun.
You're from, like, UK, you're from down the street, like, it's 5 in the morning, what are you doing? Like,
fuck! Yeah, I've actually had that before, and I'm like, you live in fucking Podunk, like, fucking upstate like me, like, in my same town, like, I had that on Twitch recently, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how the fuck does that happen? Like, so bizarre, like, it's like, oh my god.
And so,
it's a small world.
It is a small world, but when you start with one thing, and I'm going through the anxiety stage right now of switching audiences because I'm risking losing what I've built for something bigger. Now, the switch I'm making is from Fortnite to Blackout, Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Blackout. And you may think, okay, it's a game, it's a video game, whatever. When you're going from something from very casual gaming, there's a lot of characteristics of Fortnite which make it very well received. One, watching anybody be able to pick out and play. It's more of a casual game. To more, you're going from a streamer to more of a gamer. You know, you're making that switch from less competitive but more competitive. And so it's really, I'm refining my skills, and I'm trying to at least get better at this game. And again, I've only been streaming this game for a couple of days, and you know, my friends who are some high profile streamers are saying, hey, listen, make the switch, do it, just do it, just freaking do it.
I think it's a good time.
And but when you make that switch, and the game has been out since September, November. It's been out for a couple months. Let's call that.
God, I think November, like right before Black. I feel like it was like right before Black Friday.
Right, so it's been out.
A bunch of games came out all at once. Right. That was like first 1 or 2 weeks of November.
Right. Yeah. So the game's been out for about a month, maybe 2 months, and it's early on, and people are not the first few weeks people weren't receptive to it. People wanted to just watch Fortnite, and people still want me to play just Fortnite. But I've realized that there's so much saturation inside one market that sometimes advancing and sometimes moving on to something better is going to help you out in the long run. And so what I was saying before, as a business matures, you either adapt or you fail. And I think I'm at that point now, and it's dealing with that anxiety of switching over, because now I'm potentially tapping into a totally different market.
Which is, I think, good though.
It is going to be a good thing, but I'm also worried about losing everything I've built up. Because I think when you build a small community, you have
that's I like that. I like that word, by the way, community, because that's really what you have built, though.
Right.
As like, I think more in your business than mine, you like that's like a very big piece of like why people tune in and like watch and like, you know what I mean? Like, and that's why I think you should have less anxiety than when I branch out, because people are watching you because of you. They're not watching you for your gameplay. Like, they don't care. No, I'm just saying, like, but they do, though. Like, maybe initially they're like, oh, cool, someone's playing Fortnite. I want to watch it, and maybe I've been curious about Fortnite, and I want to be entertained. But if they stick around, like, and they are making sure they show up to all your streams, and they're subscribed, they want to be notified, like, when you hop on, that's for you. Like, so, like, you going, maybe, like, this would be a great time to switch into another game, because they can watch you, like they're watching you evolve. They feel like they're growing with you. Like I've gotten that from people like on my page where they're like, I've watched you. Like actually, I got a comment on that yesterday when I posted my like goth Barbie picture. I had somebody comment that was like the end result of the comment was like, what's your next tattoo? But the whole lead up to that was like, hey, I've been following you. Like I've watched like as you've like gotten in shape and like, you know, you've done all this and like it's crazy, like it's awesome. Like I love getting messages like that where people are like, I've watched you grow from like, you know, 1,000 like followers to like this, like, and like look what like this is
look
so
what you've
cool.
done. Like congratulations.
It's so they feel like they're part of your community. Like they feel like they're like you're their go-to person or one of their go-to people. Like I think this is only beneficial for you. Like because they're following you as you're on your journey. Like you know, it's like think of it like you're like a movie they're watching. You know, so like they've got the first
few
like,
scenes.
The arc, you know, like it's like there's a change and like that. I think that's exciting, you know. And then you're gonna get that community you have right now, and a new community coming in, and they're all kind of blending together and like
showing love for man.
Showing love, like it's beautiful. I think it's really beautiful. And I'm excited.
And it's a really really good point. Now the anxiety, I'll tell you exactly where the anxiety lies. Is those who want me to stay with a certain game.
Because you're gonna get those.
And it's really.
Like, dude, I just really want to watch Fortnite. Like, kind of like we were watching one video earlier. I thought this was...
I thought it was Minecraft. Right. So...
Let's hear the Minecraft.
Like...
Sorry, that just happened.
And that's where it's kind of like, I don't want to disappoint them. That's where my... I don't know, like, that's where I have the... I want to please everybody.
Yeah. But you can't, though. And that's what's going to make you successful, though, is being your like, you are you. You are your brand. And, like, it's... I think, especially how large... of a content creation you're in, like for gaming, it's better to be niche and it's better to like I think like not keep it always so the same, like to try out different, like because you might really tap into like where you're like a fucking epic Call of Duty person, like like you might find by venturing out into different games, like you could collab with different people, like it sort of broadens your portfolio, I think. And
it definitely does. It makes me more it kind of rounds out the edges. Like with yourself, you were a square. Yeah. You were a square, and now you're turning into a circle. Yeah. And so, and this is the anxiety I was facing, was transitioning from one, not a platform whatsoever, but like from one game to another. There's a lot of anxiety into it, or transforming from one scene into another. How can you actually bridge that? And it's
that'll be good.
It's inspiring, it's exciting, it's also exciting. It's like starting a new job.
Yeah,
it's really like starting a new job. It is, like the first few weeks of you doing one thing, you gotta
figure it out. Yeah, it's a lot of the anxiety.
I mean,
you're doing it live too, so it like. There's a lot more anxiety there. Like, you don't have to, like, you're not, like, shooting it, like, and then you can, like, redo it if it really fucking sucks. Like, you're doing everything live. Like,
and
that's different,
I mean, when it comes down to Battle Royale games, that's what I'm playing. There's different mechanics, there's different gunplay, gameplay. There's different, called rotations, where you go from one marked area to another marked area based on where you think people are going to go, who people you might see there, based on strategy. It's very strategic.
It sounds like it,
And every game is slightly different. They have the same principle.
Yeah.
Follow the circle, be outside the circle, close in with the circle, whatever it is. But there's a lot of things that go into it that may have changed the direction. Every single situation you're put in is unique. The gameplay overall is the same. You fight to win. Yeah. You fight to get circle. But with that's one war. Yeah. Now, within a war, there's many battles.
Right.
And every battle is unique. And now you get better at a game by facing these battles over and over again and realizing, okay, I wasn't here last week. Let me do this instead, because it's almost the exact same gameplay. This is how it should turn out.
Yeah.
And it's on the fly. It's all on the fly. Like, I'm snapping different, like, it's literally that.
Yeah.
And so when you learn the mechanics of what I'm in exactly, my niche is Battle Royale games.
Yeah.
When you learn the mechanics of a certain game and switching out from it, it's tough because, again, you suck at first.
People really want to see that, though, because like think of people that play like for fun, like casual playthroughs, like from home. They're not streaming. People like want to try out like the new games, and usually they're watching because they're like, am I gonna like this game? Sometimes that's some of the viewers you're getting are people that are like, I just want to watch someone play it. Like, see if I'll actually like it.
And
See if I should spend the $59.99 for it, you know? And they stay for the person. The person. Yeah. But also, like, watching you kind of maybe struggle a little bit, like, in your first time playthrough is going to be, like, huge. Because they're going to be like, oh my god, dude, I would have made that same mistake too. Holy fuck. Like, that's good to know. Now I know that. Like, you're really building almost, like, two types of audience, really. Like, people that like Call of Duty.
People who like me. Or the content creator, being you guys.
Exactly.
All that.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, there's a lot that goes into being a social media.
Ooh, I've got like 10 minutes.
Oh, it's fine. We'll finish this up. There's a lot of things that go into being a content creator. And I guess the point of this video is kind of explore when can you call yourself a content creator and some of the struggles of being able to call yourself that, then everything that leads up to that point and just after that point.
Yeah.
You know, and this is a journey that both of us are experiencing.
We're like literally in the thick of it right now.
We're fighting. We're literally grinding. This is us being underexposed to sleep, doing copious amount of drugs. I'm just kidding about that part. I'm just kidding. The only drug I'm doing is bang. Like, and the vape. And there's a lot of things, and I cannot wait to see what happens on whether it be like your adventure, my adventure, our adventure collectively.
Yeah.
And our respective fields. And there's a lot of things that we can both learn from each other.
Yeah.
And there's things that tricks that.
Yeah. That's what I find so funny. Like, is like we almost have like we're in two different industries, and like, but we also have like kind of our own niches in those industries. Yeah. And, like, but we find like a lot of the same things that we're coming across and encountering. It's so cool. I love it. And it's a great thing, and like just the struggle. So you guys are gonna be like seeing the struggle. I'm sure we're gonna have more of these. We're gonna have to do more of these.
These round tables, pretty much.
Dude, it's fun. And
you guys get to experience this.
Next time we'll do the mukbang and build, where we actually build my PC that's been sitting in boxes.
It's literally right there.
It's literally right there. We had full intentions of doing it, but like we haven't caught up in a while, so it's like
And this is literally the best. So I want to thank Gia for having me on here. I know
I had to.
Like it's without like that's you, and I love it. I love it.
So true.
And it's great having a friend who is experiencing something very similar, but very something different, but something similar. And it's just a beautiful thing to have. And for content creators out there, I think just watch this video and watch how we progress. And if it's something you guys want to pursue, by all means pursue it. And if you guys don't want to do it,
comment with questions and we can answer them. I'll post this on YouTube.
Do it, and we can.
I don't think I have like really that many subscribers. I don't know. I don't really.
You should post it on your Geo page.
Oh yeah, I could do that too. Oh, Instagram TV. Oh, we shot it the wrong way though for Instagram TV. You know what we'll have to do next time? No, next time you know what we'll do? Mm-hmm. No, I can still do it on the Instagram TV. It's just gonna look funny. Mm-hmm. But next time what we'll do, because I have so many fucking tripods, like I can have this one, that one. Like we can actually have it shot in different ways. That would be kind of cool. And then we could even do like a live stream too.
We could, and I think that'd be great. So
it'd be fun.
Thank you, Gio, so much for having me on here. And I can't wait to see you again, and we can have another roundtable discussion about all this.
Plug your stuff. Plug your stuff.
Yo! It's Asoggy. I can't even do it.
You can do it.
Follow me on Facebook if you guys like gaming content. You guys can see my struggle.
What's your name?
My name is.
I'll put it underneath his face.
My name is
like literally.
Asoggyburrito on Facebook.
And I'll slap a burrito right there.
Burrito on there. And so you guys can check out some gameplay. I know it's a little bit different from what Gia does, but it's all the same.
Are your Xbox, right?
I'm PS4 and Xbox.
Oh,
I go both ways.
What's
that?
Oh.
No. Console-wise.
I was like, I got some storylines for you. Like.
Yeah, no. So so it's find me on Facebook. My name is Asoggyburrito. All one word. There's 2 G's inside Soggy.
Oh my god, I wish you still had your fucking bowl because it was on the Chipotle bowl.
Oh, wait, I can find it. It's right here. Follow me on Facebook. It's Asoggyburrito, but it's all one word, so there's no right there.
That's why I love Chipotle. I know. What was remember the one that we did?
Horse stick hank. It was Rack Attack for you.
And they actually wrote it on both of ours. Oh my god, that was so good.
Yours was Rack Attack, I was Horse Stick Hank, then
wasn't it Henry Horsecock?
No, it was Horsecock Hank. Horsecock Hank.
Oh my god.
It was G Nasty.
Nasty.
Then it was Rack Attack. And I went inside there and they was like, really? I mean, they're like, oh, she's like, really?
Yep.
Shit like that happens. I fucking love it.
Oh my god.
All right, get to work.
Thank you guys. Love
Bye.
you. Oh my god.